Coming up, President Trump halts tariffs for nearly a month to Mexico and Canada. More on why in minutes.
Plus, with the Charro Days around the corner, how could Trump's immigration policies affect the celebration? More on that story in minutes.
And Homecoming Week was celebrated last week. Those highlights later in the newscast.
KVAQ-TV starts now.
Hello, vaqueros. Happy Monday. I'm Perla Cortez.
And I'm Desiree Villanueva. This is the 5th spring edition of KVAQ-TV.
Today is Monday, February 17th.
Now, let's take a look at our top story.
Now, in national news, President Trump paused imposing of a 25% increase on tariffs for Mexico and Canada this month for 30 days in exchange for border security and enforcement.
Trump paused the tariffs after Mexico placed a National Guard to protect the Mexican border earlier this month to deter what Trump calls, and I quote, the fentanyl crisis. Canada also responded to Trump's tariff proposal by adding more enforcement to combat the same issue early February. UTRGV political science lecturer Tyler Coleman explains the motive behind these tariffs is unclear, but it could be used as a policy tactic for international trade.
So the idea is to protect American producers of those goods by charging more with those tariffs to sort of make it so that American companies can sell those goods and be more competitive here in the United States. There's long-running theory in international relations that, sort of suggests that countries, of course, that trade with one another, they enjoy more economic prosperity as a result of this trade. And so they actually tend to get along a lot better. And of course, with the prospect of imposing tariffs and other restrictions on international trade, it could run the risk of damaging geopolitical relations, absolutely.
Last Tuesday, Trump also signed a proclamation to restore a 25% tariff on steel and to also increase the tariff on aluminum to 25%. According to a White House news release, many countries were exempted from the steel tariffs, but were exploited by China to receive an excess amount of steel and aluminum. The news release states the increase seeks to recover the American steel industry and to end unfair trade practices.
Music, dancing, and games are coming back to Brownsville with the Charro Days fiesta, celebrating both sides of the border. But with stricter immigration laws in place, will this affect the annual fiesta, and how? Reporter Victor Ortega with more details.
The 88th Charro Days fiesta is coming later this month with events ranging from parades, musical performances, and carnival rides. KVAQ-TV spoke with President Henry Levier to learn what attendees can expect to see at this year's event.
This year, Charro Days Fiesta will feature a lot of activities. First of all, we have many events, starting with Baile del Sol on July the 22nd, which is a Saturday. This event is very important because this event is the official beginning of Charro Days.
Baile del Sol at the Charro Days headquarters kicks off the binational festival with food, dancing, and performances of baile folclórico. Parades start on the 27th, with children from Brownsville Independent School District marching downtown for all visitors to see. Along with the dancing and marches, kids and adults alike can enjoy the rides at the Charro Days Carnival.
Also, at the same time, in conjunction with these events, we have a carnival for rides from February the 27th, which is Thursday, through Sunday, March the 9th. We have a carnival over there at Amigo Land Mall at the TSC iTech Center.
President Levier comments that attendance numbers are expected at the festival despite an increase in immigration officers' activity throughout the country. UTRGV Mexican-American Studies Assistant Professor Erika Rendon Ramos says the current political climate may turn away people in the long run.
With the uptick of ICE being willing to go to schools and churches, we haven't seen too much of it here yet, but the risk of it potentially happening is still there. And so that might deter people from going. I think a year from now, we might see that even more.
Despite their different opinions on attendance, both Levier and Professor Rendon Ramos agree that Charro Day stands as an example of celebrating cultural diversity and international relationships for the whole country.
I think it's a good example to the rest of the country, what can be done, what is possible.
It is the most beautiful, loud, and vibrant culture. And Charro Days is just the most beautiful representation of that, where we can really showcase it.
Musical guests for this year's Charro Days include María Gisette Leguas, David Lee Garza de los Musicales, and Marcos Orozco. That 2025 Mr. Amigo is Jose Cantoral, a Mexican musician and songwriter who worked on the soundtrack of the award-winning animated film Coco. Jose Cantoral's father, Roberto Cantoral, composer behind songs like El Triste and El Reloj, was 1981's Mr. Amigo.
There's a lot of folkloric dancing, there's a lot of food, a lot of refreshments, and of course, a lot of music for everybody.
More information on time and dates for Charro Days activities is available on its website at charrodaysfiesta.com. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Victor Ortega.
Here at UTRGV as part of Homecoming Week. The Student Union Department hosted Vaqueros Boots and Barbecue last Wednesday. The event served as a chance for dozens of students to engage in different activities that include line dancing, riding a mechanical bull, supporting student organizations, and listening to two bands in attendance, Eros Garcia Band and Red, a Taylor Swift tribute band. The event was held on the Edinburgh campus quad.
Later that week, the burning of the letters tradition was celebrated by dozens of students.
UTRGV's burning of the letters was held last Thursday on the Edinburgh campus parking lot E16. The annual homecoming tradition saw hundreds of students gathering around to witness the Edinburgh Fire Department set ablaze the UTRGV letters. Hosted by Student Activities and the Campus Activities Board, the burning of the letters gave out free shirts on a first-come, first-served basis for the students attending. Baseball head coach Derek Matlock kicked off the event, encouraging everyone in attendance to go to baseball's opening game against Southern Illinois on February 14th. The event itself followed the UTRGV women's basketball team's game against Incarnate Word, which ended in a victory for the Vaqueros, 59-37.
Hello, Vaqueros. Welcome back for this week's Sportscast. Let's take a look at UTRGV's baseball. UTRGV started the season with a 3-day game series last Friday against Southern Illinois. The Vaqueros, hard at work since last August, took the field with high energy and determination after months of preparation. Head coach Derek Matlock speaks on the team and the opponents.
Just see our guys play, man. Try to compete for something that means a lot. You know, we've put in a lot of time from end of August till now. Everybody's a matchup, and we're nervous about everybody. We got to respect everybody.
Junior pitcher Wyatt Whitrick returns for his second season playing Division I baseball for UTRGV. He shares his goals are to make it to regional and win a conference tournament as a team.
It's everything. I think, especially like in South Texas, baseball is really big here. Especially like at a smaller Division I school. Like, it's unreal. Like, just look at our stadium and just like how we fill it out and stuff. It's so sick.
And the Vaqueros play away on Tuesday against Dallas Baptist University. Visit goutrgv.com for the full schedule. UTRGV secured a win over Southern Illinois this past weekend with 3-2. That's all we have for this week's Sportscast. Back to you, Pearl.
The Lone Star State may make its way to the big screen more often.
Last month, Matthew McConaughey shared on X stating Texas Story should have a Texas backdrop. True to Texas, one of McConaughey's short films aims to encourage the production of films in Texas, and the South Texas International Film Festival is working to make it happen. The competition allows students, abroad filmmakers, and local industries to produce creative works for the public for a chance of receiving an award. Vice President of the Student Film Association, Jose Castro, says he wants to see more films produced in the Valley because of the culture and stories it offers.
The Valley is like a really strange place. It feels both like Mexico and it feels both like the U.S. sometimes. I think the stories here that are to be told are very interesting, and the ones that should be in the public's eye. We have so many things going on. Like, there's shows like On My Block where like, yeah, they tell the story of like the Mexican Americans, but it's kind of like, it feels fabricated. So it's cool to be able to tell like our stories of living on the borderland.
Castro adds Hispanic culture is mostly shot in other states such as California, Arizona, or New Mexico. He adds stories about the border and Mexico should be filmed in the Rio Grande Valley. The South Texas International Film Festival will be hosting its 11th convention this year, awaiting registration from filmmakers.
Thank you for joining us, Vaqueros.
Watch us on VCast monitors and social media.
For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Desiree Villanueva.
And I'm Perla Cortez.
Vote
Ease up.
Ease up.